Yo, good day everyone. Welcome to day 12 of the 30-day backtest challenge, which is a challenge that is aimed to help struggling traders carve themselves a working model of trading by studying previous and historical price action to extract pointers, datas, and confluence reasons why certain price action worked and why certain price action models, strategies, and approach can still work. And over here today, we are going to be looking at how to trade an imbalance in a downtrend. We previously looked at how to trade an imbalance in an uptrend, but over here we can see that price is respecting this imbalance and reversing down from this point. So what can we take note of on this price action? Over and across this series, we are basically covering basic concepts for traders. Basic concept. When I mean basic concept, it's not really too much jargon, it's not really too much complexity. It's basically figuring out what these basic understanding or basic models that we know can do or make us see when we study price. So now over here we are seeing that this was the imbalance that price respected to, and one of the first things to take note of is that this is on a 4-hour time frame, and price was experiencing a downtrend prior to this whole respect over here. So but now where I am keen towards is the delivery of the oh god, this is magneted, so that's why it's giving me tough time. I think I'd quickly have to change that. Yes, sorry. Alright, so this is price breaking below this most recent lower low in this newly formed downtrend to create another lower low just underneath this point. So now we are basically looking at where would have been the best lower high to take the sell from, because the truth of the matter is you don't want to be selling in a buying market and you don't want to be buying in a selling market. The trend is your friend, as we all know so very well. In a market that's selling as this, we are looking to short the entries, and we are seeing that okay, first this point had broken this most recent structure, and even in this mini structural move, or where we were presented with this mini structural move, this was where that imbalance was formed. You get to come back to. So now we are taking note of one or two things, which is on this model, for this model to work, this imbalance would now be overviewed proper. So now what we can see is that from the daily time frame, we had a clear view. So I think Messi, you should just start your recording from here because I've been saying nonsense all through. So like from that point where I talked about the introduction of this whole altcoin thing, you can just run it and continue from here. So over here we're looking at this point and taking note of why this point was the point where price came back to respect before moving on to the downside. And what we can see is that yes, price had created a very big move to the upside and was retracing down to the downside, and has created this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, then move as this is what we are looking at, taking note of. There's like a redirection back up here, so but it's not significant, so very well we will just proceed with this. So now for points like this, we are taking note of upon the inciting of an uptrend, price coming down to create this move, 1, 2, and on the third leg there is like a snooze for price to break below this point, and very much price reversed to the upside and pushed back down proper. So now in advent or in case of seeing something like this, we now know that, oh, should we see a point where this fake rejection to not break this low, but price was really just inducing traders and coming back to actually break this low, we are going to have it be that the point where actually broke below this low point is where we have our gaze on, and that is another block on the higher time frame, the 1 hour. Now if we cut that other block this way, this is what our POI would be in general. So but now we now dive into lower time frame to see now we dive into lower time frame, and now I would have to run this back a bit. Alright, so over here on the 1 hour time frame, sorry, on the 4 hour time frame, I meant to say, what else can we see or identify as reasons to why this point might have been respected by price? And one of the things I'm seeing is that, okay, quite well, there is a smaller order block here, so but courtesy of the wide range entry points from the higher time frame, we are also presented with an imbalance over here. So now, first things or one other thing to take note of is moving on to lower time frame, we are presented with an imbalance, and that imbalance was where engineered this move to the downside. It was where engineered this move to the downside, and it was where broke below this major structure point. Yes, it was where broke below this major structure point. So now that's one criteria to also take note of. So, but one other thing I'm looking at is this mini structural move over here. Is this mini structural move creating 1, 2, 3, then 4. On the fourth move, we have this push to the downside. So now we are saying that this point took out liquidity from this other block, and not just from that other block, This is an equal low. This is an equal low region that price had invalidated. So that's another thing to take note of, because ideally, should this other block hold, price would have retested here and moved to the upside. So now this whole fumbling to me was, or would have been, where the liquidity transfer to actually solidify this point would have taken place. So let's delve into much lesser time frame and see more information that we can take note of. Alright, so on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that this point should have been reduced to this point, and on this other block, on this fair value gap region, we have loads of wicks on the back end and the front end of this whole chart, and we're going to go down to the lower time frame, to a much lower time frame, to see what we can take note or make from this price reaction. So now, on the 30-minute time frame, I tried going down to the 15 minutes. I couldn't get any worthy price action. So now on the 30-minute time frame, this is the data I am seeing, and having it be that this would be where results to be my entries if I am to take trades off of this fair value gap position. And now, looking at where you know price reacted from, we should be able to now affirm or contrast and learn better from this model. Yep. Alright, so now let's hold it. Let's hold it. Now we can see over here the area where price had respected, and okay, so I'm seeing pointers for taking confirmation entries on that, but nope. Okay, now in all honesty, if this were to be more like a trade I took, oh, then I would really have been stopped out at this point. Yes, I would really have been stopped out at this point. So, but that would now make us to understand or take note of something, which is the possibility of still getting into trades like this, courtesy of you know, re-entry models and stuff like it. So over here, if we had said to push this up a little bit, which is maybe a bit too much, would have been into this trade. So but now this would now tell us that in situations like this, you either have to leave a wider exposure on your entries because it's coming from an F value or a fair value gap, which is known to have wider entry regions and risk exposures. So you're either increasing your risk exposure on this, or you are to take confirmation entries from areas like areas like this, taking confirmation entries from areas like this. So, but that's a bit. I thought we were unable to see previous historical price action for this, and now now we do have something. Yes, now we do have something that would have helped us. This is the reason why lower time frame analysis is, superb, which is over here, and having it be that the entry or the exit rather, sorry, is put at this previous high. You get. So now that we are delving into the much lower time frame, uh, this abnormality here would also be something I take note of. This long candle, and you can also see that this too had broken price just the way the initial area broke above price, sorry, broke below price. Now we now see that we would have been caught up in this trade regardless of the whole complexity, if only we had paid obedience to, or we're able to, like, from the lower time frame, see this move over here. So now, signing out today, I'd say to everyone who is joining this series, who is watching up until this time, thank you very much for staying through, and do well to stay tuned till the end and expect much more quality, educational, real study courtesy of this backtest challenge over and across the 12-day period. We've studied previous price action, taking note of various models that price acts on or acts through, and at the end of this challenge, I'll be extracting the pointers, factors that were put into these models and strategies to have them work, and I'll be sharing them with the members of the Divine Trader community. So if you're looking at getting access to that community, kindly hit the subscribe button and check the link in the description. Check the link in the description for the redirect community link. And also, courtesy of the talk on previous, or the beginning, where I talked about making the most of the incoming alt season and all of that, at Divine Trader, we are organizing a free 2-day workshop tagged the alt season workshop, where we are sharing fundamental guides to be able to research and find winning altcoin gems by yourself, someone without proper knowledge, time, and skill, but who still wants to make the most of this bull season. Now, the ongoing backtest challenge. Sorry, Messi, you cut it from here. Like that after that backtest talk. So after that all season talk. So if you're looking at making the most of this bull run, kindly also check the link in the description to reserve your free slot for the upcoming all-season workshop. And also, this 30-day backtest challenge is sponsored and provided courtesy of the collaborative partnership with backtesttools.ng, which is an indigenous Nigerian-based brand that's aiming to grow and bridge the financial gap for persons who would want to access premium trading view services to be able to backtest price like this, study previous price action, and help themselves carve a working model. So now, if you're looking at purchasing premium trading view accounts, kindly check the link in the description and use my customized codes to get affordable purchase from the Backtest Tools NG brand. See you tomorrow on the next 30, the next version, and subscribe to this YouTube